Have you ever felt like something precious has started to fade? Something that used to bring you closeness and joy, maybe even a sense of your own vitality? It's a quiet worry many men carry as the years go by, a feeling that the physical changes that come with age might be dimming a really important light in their lives. You might have seen friends go quiet about this topic, or maybe you felt that little pang of disappointment yourself, wondering if that part of life is just over, or not what it used to be. It's a painful reality for some, a feeling of loss that isn't always easy to talk about. But what if there were some valuable lessons, things that many men who've lived full lives wish they'd understood sooner? What if these weren't just secrets, but practical wisdom, insights that could help reignite that connection, that spark, and that sense of confidence no matter your age? In this video, we're going to look at 5 such vital insights, lessons learned perhaps from the perspective of health professionals who've seen it all, or simply from the accumulated wisdom of men who've navigated these waters for decades. These are things that truly make a difference. Make sure you watch right to the very end because there's something we'll touch on that might genuinely surprise you and change the way you think about aging and intimacy. So let's dive right into the first of these important lessons, something so fundamental it affects everything else. Yet its impact on intimacy is often overlooked until much later in life. It's simply this: your overall physical health is the absolute cornerstone of a fulfilling, intimate life as you get older. Think of your body like a classic car. It can still run beautifully for decades, but it needs regular maintenance, the right fuel, and careful handling. Many men in their younger years might get away with a less-than-ideal diet, inconsistent exercise, or ignoring those little health niggles. But as the years tick by, these choices start to catch up, and one of the first places they can show up is in the bedroom. It's not just about having the energy. It's about circulation, hormonal balance, nerve function, and overall vitality. All the things that play a crucial role in desire, arousal, and performance. Let's unpack this a bit. What does overall physical health really mean in this context? It means paying attention to the basics that your doctor is probably already talking to you about, but seeing them through this particular lens. Take cardiovascular health, for instance. Things like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes aren't just risks for heart attack or stroke. They directly affect blood flow throughout your body, including the blood flow needed for an erection. If those arteries aren't healthy and clear, getting and maintaining firmness becomes a real challenge. And it's not just a plumbing issue. Poor circulation can also affect sensation and pleasure. So, simple habits like eating a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins, the kind of diet that supports a healthy heart, isn't just about living longer. It's about living better, including in your intimate relationships. Cutting back on processed foods, excessive sugar, and unhealthy fats makes a tangible difference in blood vessel health over time. Exercise is another massive piece of this puzzle. Regular physical activity. And I'm not talking about training for a marathon here, though if you want to, go for it. Things like a brisk walk every day, some light strength training, or even just staying active with hobbies like gardening or dancing does wonders for your circulation, your energy levels, and your hormonal balance, including testosterone levels, which naturally decline with age, but can be better supported by a healthy lifestyle. Exercise also helps manage stress, improves mood, and can boost your confidence, all of which are intertwined with sexual well-being. Many men look back and wish they'd made consistent exercise a non-negotiable part of their routine decades ago, seeing now the direct link between staying active and maintaining vitality in all areas of life, including intimacy. It provides strength, stamina, and that crucial feeling of physical capability. Sleep is another often underestimated factor. Poor sleep disrupts hormone production, increases stress hormones like cortisol, and leaves you feeling drained and irritable. Not exactly ingredients for a passionate connection. Getting enough quality sleep consistently is like recharging your whole system, including the parts involved in sexual function and desire. It's amazing how much better everything feels when you're well rested. Many older men realize how much they took good sleep for granted when they were younger and didn't prioritize it. And then there's managing existing health conditions. If you have diabetes, getting your blood sugar under control is vital not just for preventing nerve damage and circulation problems that impact sexual function, but for your overall quality of life. If you have high blood pressure, taking your medication as prescribed and making lifestyle changes recommended by your doctor is essential. Ignoring these things doesn't make them go away. It just allows them to gradually erode your health and, consequently, your capacity for intimacy. Doctors see this all the time, men coming in with concerns about sexual function, and the first things they look at are these foundational health markers. Many wish they had intervened or focused more on these areas much earlier, understanding their full impact. It's a powerful lesson. You can't separate your sexual health from your overall health. They are two sides of the same coin. Prioritizing your well-being in these fundamental ways is perhaps the most impactful step you can take to maintain a vibrant, intimate life as you age. It's an investment that pays dividends across your entire life, and it's never too late to start making those positive changes. Now, building on that foundation of physical health, the second crucial lesson, one that perhaps deepens with age and experience, is understanding that intimate connection isn't solely about the physical act itself, especially as you get older. It's profoundly about the emotional bond and communication you share with your partner. Many men, particularly from older generations, were raised with a somewhat narrow view of intimacy, often focused primarily on performance and intercourse. They might later discover, sometimes through challenging periods, that the enduring flame of passion and connection relies just as much, if not more, on the emotional closeness, understanding, and shared life they build with their partner. Think about it. As physical changes occur naturally with age, maybe erections aren't as rigid or spontaneous, or desire levels fluctuate, the focus can and often needs to shift. If the relationship's foundation is only built on physical performance, these changes can feel devastating and create distance. But if the foundation includes deep friendship, open communication, mutual respect, and shared affection, then physical intimacy becomes an expression of that deeper bond, rather than the sole measure of connection. Men who navigate aging with grace and continued intimate connection often credit the strength of their emotional partnership. They've learned that holding hands while watching television, offering a spontaneous back rub, truly listening to their partner's day, sharing vulnerably about their own feelings, or simply spending quality time together laughing are just as vital, sometimes even more vital, than physical performance. Communication is key here, and it's something many men wish they had mastered earlier. It can be hard to talk about sex and intimacy, especially when things feel challenging or different. There might be fear of disappointing a partner, embarrassment about physical changes, or uncertainty about how to express needs or desires. But partners aren't mind readers. Open, honest, and kind conversations about what feels good, what doesn't, what you'd like to explore, or any concerns you have, can break down barriers and create understanding. It's about being a team, navigating these changes together. Many older men, looking back, regret not having these conversations sooner, allowing assumptions or unspoken worries to create distance. They learn that vulnerability and open dialogue can actually increase intimacy and bring partners closer, even when physical aspects are changing. It strengthens the emotional safety net that allows for continued physical exploration and connection. Moreover, redefining what intimacy means within the relationship is a powerful lesson. It's not just about intercourse. It's about physical touch, kissing, cuddling, massage, caressing, which can be incredibly pleasurable and connecting on its own. It's about mutual pleasure and exploring different ways to give and receive pleasure that might not have been the primary focus in younger years. Men who embrace this broader definition often find a renewed sense of joy and connection in their intimate lives. They realize that the goal isn't to replicate youth, but to create a fulfilling, enjoyable, and deeply connected intimate life, now, based on who they are as a couple today. This wisdom, prioritizing the emotional bond, mastering communication, and embracing a wider view of intimacy, is something many older men value immensely and often feel they could have benefited from understanding and practicing earlier in their lives. It turns intimacy into a rich tapestry woven with love, friendship, and shared experience, not just a single thread of physical performance. Moving forward from the understanding that health is paramount and emotional connection is foundational, the third significant lesson many older men come to appreciate is the importance of adaptability and creativity in maintaining a fulfilling intimate life. Life changes, and so does intimacy as we age. What worked effortlessly in your 20s or 30s might require a different approach in your 60s or 70s, and that's perfectly normal and okay. The men who continue to enjoy intimacy are often the ones who are willing to be flexible, experiment, and let go of rigid expectations based on past experiences or societal pressures. Physical changes mean things might take longer. Arousal might not be as rapid, and maintaining firmness could require different or more direct stimulation. Energy levels might be different, making timing or duration considerations important. Instead of viewing these as limitations, the lesson is to see them as invitations to explore different avenues of pleasure and connection. This could mean spending more time on foreplay, discovering new erogenous zones, using lubricants to enhance comfort and pleasure, or incorporating sex toys designed to provide specific types of stimulation that might be helpful. It's about shifting the focus from a performance-oriented goal to a pleasure and connection-oriented journey. Creativity also extends to timing and environment. Maybe morning intimacy works better than evening when energy levels are higher. Maybe finding new private spaces or changing routines can add a sense of novelty and excitement. It's about being willing to step outside the routine and explore what feels good and connecting for both partners. Now, many older men who have vibrant, intimate lives talk about how they and their partners have become more playful, more communicative about what they enjoy, and more willing to try new things together. They've learned that intimacy isn't a rigid script, but a dance that evolves with the partners. Another aspect of adaptability is acknowledging that there might be periods where physical intimacy is less frequent due to health issues, stress, or other life circumstances. The lesson here is that these periods don't have to mean the end of intimacy altogether. It's about finding other ways to be close, supportive, and affectionate, maintaining the emotional connection until physical intimacy is possible or desired again. It's about the resilience of the partnership and the commitment to staying connected through life's ups and downs. Many men later realize they put too much pressure on themselves and their partners during challenging times, when patience, understanding, and finding alternative ways to be close would have served them better. Learning to be adaptable, creative, and patient is a profound lesson in sustaining intimacy over the long haul. It's about embracing the present, working with the changes that come with age, and finding joy in the intimacy that is possible, rather than mourning the intimacy of the past. This flexibility keeps the door open to continued exploration and connection, ensuring that intimacy remains a source of pleasure and closeness throughout life's journey. Following closely on the heels of adaptability is the fourth vital lesson: the absolute necessity of talking about it, both with your partner and with your doctor. This is perhaps one of the hardest lessons for many men to learn, often due to ingrained societal attitudes about masculinity, strength, and vulnerability. There's a common but incredibly damaging belief that men should just power through problems, especially those related to sexual function, or that discussing them is a sign of weakness or failure. This leads to silence, isolation, and often unnecessary distress and the breakdown of intimate connection. Men who overcome this hurdle and learn to speak up discover a world of possibility and relief. Talking to your partner, as we touched on earlier, is crucial for navigating changes together. It removes the guesswork, the assumptions, and the potential for misunderstanding or hurt feelings. It allows you to express your desires, your concerns, and your vulnerabilities in a safe space. It turns a potential problem into a shared challenge that you can face as a team. Many men regret not opening these lines of communication much sooner, carrying burdens of worry or frustration in silence that could have been eased by simply talking things through with the person closest to them. They learn that true strength lies not in stoicism, but in the courage to be open and vulnerable with your trusted partner. Equally important is talking to your doctor. Sexual health is a part of overall health, and doctors are equipped to discuss it professionally and confidentially. Issues like erectile dysfunction, changes in libido, or discomfort can be symptoms of underlying health conditions that need attention, such as heart disease, diabetes, or hormonal imbalances. A doctor can help identify the root cause of a problem and discuss appropriate treatment options. There are many effective treatments available for common issues like ED, medications, devices, or other therapies that can significantly improve function and confidence. Yet, many men suffer in silence for years, either out of embarrassment or a mistaken belief that nothing can be done. Men who finally take that step to talk to their doctor often express relief and a sense of empowerment. They realize they don't have to just accept declines in sexual function as an inevitable part of aging without exploring options. They learn that seeking medical help isn't a sign of failure. It's a proactive step towards maintaining health and quality of life. Doctors have heard it all before. They are there to help, not to judge. Many older men, reflecting on periods of silence and struggle, strongly advise younger men to normalize talking about sexual health concerns with their doctor early on, just as they would for blood pressure or cholesterol. This lesson is about breaking the silence, overcoming shame, and actively seeking support, whether from a partner or a medical professional. It's a powerful step towards reclaiming control and finding solutions that can significantly enhance or restore intimate connection and well-being. And finally, the fifth profound lesson, perhaps the culmination of the others, is the realization that mindset is everything when it comes to maintaining a fulfilling, intimate life in later years. It's about letting go of pressure, embracing self-acceptance, and focusing on the joy of connection rather than measuring up to outdated or unrealistic standards. Many men carry a lot of baggage around sex, especially performance expectations that were perhaps relevant in their younger years, but become a source of anxiety and frustration as their bodies change. The lesson here is to actively cultivate a positive mindset about intimacy, aging, and your own body. This means shifting your focus. Instead of worrying about achieving a certain type of erection or performing in a specific way, focus on the pleasure of physical touch, the emotional closeness with your partner, and the shared experience of intimacy. Focus on what feels good now, both for you and your partner. This might involve exploring different activities, different types of stimulation, or simply enjoying prolonged periods of cuddling and caressing. When the pressure to perform is removed, intimacy can become a much more relaxed, enjoyable, and connecting experience. Men who embrace this mindset often find a renewed sense of freedom and pleasure in their intimate lives. They learn that satisfaction comes from connection and pleasure, not necessarily from meeting specific physical benchmarks. Self-acceptance is a huge part of this mindset shift. Your body has changed over the years, and that's a natural part of life. Instead of feeling frustrated or ashamed by these changes, accepting them with grace allows you to work with your body rather than against it. This acceptance can boost confidence, which is incredibly important for sexual well-being. Anxiety and stress are major inhibitors of sexual function. Worrying about performance can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Cultivating a mindset of self-compassion and acceptance can break this cycle. Many older men reflect on how much unnecessary stress they put on themselves in earlier years, tying their self-worth to sexual performance. They learn later that true confidence in this area comes from self-acceptance, open communication, and a focus on mutual pleasure and connection. Furthermore, this lesson is about appreciating intimacy for the depth and richness it brings in later life. It's not about the wild abandon of youth. It's about a connection built on decades of shared history, mutual support, and deep affection. The intimacy of older age can have a profound beauty and meaning that wasn't possible when you were younger. Men who cultivate this appreciation find that their intimate lives become more meaningful and satisfying, even if they are physically different. It's about valuing the connection, the comfort, the shared vulnerability, and the continued expression of love and desire that intimacy provides at any age. This mindset, letting go of pressure, embracing self-acceptance, and appreciating the depth of connection, is a powerful tool for sustaining a vibrant and fulfilling intimate life as you get older. It's perhaps the most liberating lesson of all, allowing you to enjoy intimacy on your own terms, focused on joy and connection. So, we've explored these 5 crucial lessons: the foundational importance of physical health, the vital role of emotional connection and communication, the power of adaptability and creativity, the necessity of talking about it with your partner and doctor, and finally, the transformative impact of a positive mindset. These aren't quick fixes or magic pills. They are deep, enduring insights, lessons many men who've lived long lives wish they had integrated sooner. They highlight that a fulfilling intimate life as you age isn't about clinging to youth, but about nurturing your health, deepening your relationships, embracing change, seeking support when needed, and cultivating a positive outlook. Remember, making small, consistent changes in these areas can truly make a world of difference to your health, your happiness, and your intimate connection. It's never too late to start prioritizing your well-being. opening up communication with your partner, exploring new ways to connect, reaching out to your doctor, or working on how you view yourself and intimacy as you age. These lessons are about empowering yourself to live a full, connected, and vibrant life at every stage. We've covered a lot of ground, and I hope these insights resonate with you. What are your thoughts? Have you experienced any of these lessons firsthand? Do you have wisdom of your own to share about maintaining intimacy or connection as you get older? Please share your experiences or questions in the comments below. Your perspective could be incredibly helpful to others in this community. If you found this video helpful or thought-provoking, please give it a like. It really helps this kind of information reach more people who might benefit from hearing it. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. We explore many topics focused on living your best life, maintaining health and happiness, and navigating the journey of aging with grace and vitality. Joining our community means you won't miss out on future videos packed with practical advice and encouraging messages. We're all on this journey together, learning and supporting each other. Thank you for watching and for being a part of this conversation. Live your best life at every age.